Welcome everyone, I'm gwsmallwood and today we're going to be talking a little bit about my first shaving soap. Kind of. So Yoan over at Shave and Butcher, I think that's how you pronounce that. It's spelled Johan, but I'm pretty sure he pronounces it Yoan. If I'm wrong, leave me a comment below, let me know. Yoan over at Shave and Butcher started this new tag series. I actually created a playlist for you guys. If you're interested in watching the rest of those tag videos, I'll include the link to that playlist in the description below. So I was actually tagged by Sig Solo. So if you haven't checked out Sig or Johan's YouTube channels, you should definitely check them out. I think Johan's from Sweden and Sig is from Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. So they have some cool accents and they make some really fun, good videos. So thanks Sig for the tag. So I'm going to be announcing my tags at the end of the video, and I'll try and leave some timestamps in the description if you guys need to skip ahead for some reason. So for all of you viewers who are not YouTubers, I'd like to know what your first shave soaps were as well. So leave me some comments in the description below. Let me know what your first shave soap was. So the first shaving soap I actually used was Vanderhagen Deluxe. So I used that up pretty quickly, and honestly, it really wasn't that great of a shave soap looking back. So because of that, I didn't really have much desire to repeat that experience, which is why I decided to do something a little bit different for this video, and instead of doing the actual first shaving soap I ever used, I am going to go over with you guys my first good shaving soap I ever used. So this is going to be one of the first soaps that actually got me hooked when it came to wet shaving. So the first shave soap I ever used was Sharp Dressed Man. So if you've got that song stuck in your head now, give me a thumbs up in the video. If you don't know what song I was talking about and you're wondering why the Duck Dynasty guys are holding guitars, you're probably a little bit young to be watching this video. So Sterling Soap Company's Sharp Dressed Man is what I consider to be the first good, maybe even great shave soap that I ever used. So if you've been around wet shaving for probably 5 years or more, you'll probably recognize this label. So I'm pretty sure that was the original label that came with the soap that I bought. So if you've been around wet shaving that long, you might also recognize this. So this is actually what Sterling Soap came in before they started doing their trademark green tubs. So this is one of the original Jank tins. And inside this one is my second puck of Sharp Dressed Man that I bought. So Sterling's Sharp Dressed Man is their take on House of Creed's Green Irish Tweed fragrance. I absolutely love that fragrance profile.
I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.
And this is the soap that started that love for me. So if you're relatively new to the channel or you missed my Green Irish Tweed series I did a few months ago, I highly recommend you go check that out. I'll link a playlist of those videos below. In the intro to that video, I cover in a lot more detail the Green Irish Tweed fragrance profile and all of the various takes that the shaving community has done on that. So the official Creed Green Irish Tweed scent profile looks something like this. It's got top notes of lemon verbena and peppermint. It has a middle note of violet leaves, and it has base notes of sandalwood, Florentine iris, and ambergris. That all combines to create a very clean, fresh, slightly green fragrance. Now Sterling's take on this fragrance is one of the few that I've tried in the shaving world that actually captures that peppermint note a little bit. So here's the current label, and this is what comes now in the signature green Sterling tub. So those tubs are 5.8 ounces, and right now on Sterling's website they're going for $13.95. So that comes out to $2.41 an ounce, which is a fantastic price. Now if you prefer to evaluate in terms of price per shave rather than price per ounce, completely understand. I'm a head shaver, so I use a lot more soap than most people do. A full-size green Sterling tub will last me about 50 to 60 shaves. So for me, that comes out to around 25 cents a shave. And if you're wondering how I know that, it's because I actually do track it. Yes, I am a huge nerd, but I do it for you guys. You're welcome. Like I said, this was my first good shaving soap, and right from the start, it was different than any of the other soaps I had tried to lather. It built a better, much more creamy, much more silky, much more dense lather than what I had been used to with things like the Vanderhagen. This particular soap does take water very, very well. It doesn't wash out very easily. And most importantly, it performs really, really well. I've always found Sterling soaps very, very slick, very, very protective. I've always found there's very good residual slickness, meaning I can go back over the same spots with the razor 2 or 3 times, do a little bit of what we call buffing without having to reapply the lather, and I don't get any irritation. I would say the post-shave feel is great. It's not the best I've ever used, but it's definitely up there near the best. It's definitely not drying like some of the soaps I've used, like a Mitchell's Wool Fat, which if I use too often can tend to dry out my skin a little bit. And it doesn't leave my skin feeling oily or greasy or anything. So yeah, that's my very first good shaving soap. And if you watched my Green Irish Tweed series, you'll know that this is still one of my favorite soaps. It's a high quality soap at a very high value price point, which I think makes it perfect for beginners to use. I think it's hard to go wrong with Sterling as your first shaving soap. You're getting a very good soap at a very good price. Not only that, but you can get the samples, which are very, very good size sample sizes. And that way you can try a few different scents without an initial investment of, $20, $25 some of these soaps are going for these days. But I will say, Green Irish Tweed is one of the most cloned fragrances out there. And I will say it is for a reason. Most people, I think, are going to like it. So let's get to the tags. So I'm going to start with a couple of Joshes. So my first tag is going to be Josh of Redbeard Shaves. So Josh took a little bit of a hiatus from making videos, understandably so. But he's back now and he's made quite a few videos in the last month. So I'm going to go ahead and tag Redbeard and see if he'll join in and let us all know what his first shave soap was. So my second tag is going to be Josh from Shoot and Shave. So Josh over at Shoot and Shave actually just did a really good video on his top 5 soaps based on designer fragrances. So I'll link his channel below too. So Josh from Shoot and Shave, you're tagged as well. I'm also going to tag Todd from The Take Care Man. So I know Todd chooses a lot of his soaps based on sentimental values. So I think there's probably a good chance he still has his first soap hanging around. So I'd like to see what Todd's first soap was. I'm also going to tag Marion the Barbarian. So I know Marion seems to enjoy doing the tag videos. He's done a lot of them in the past, and I typically enjoy watching his tag videos. So Marion, you're tagged. And then last, I'm going to tag Greg Tardif. So if you guys haven't checked out Greg's channel yet, I'll link that below. You're really missing out. I think Greg has been making some really awesome videos. He's pretty much my wet tuber idol at this point.
Obsessed much.
I stumbled upon Greg's channel through Andy, the Opinionated Brit. I had already been trying to start making some videos that were a little bit different from the typical vlog format that most of the wet shavers do. And when I came across Greg's channel, I realized he was nailing the format that I was shooting for at a really high level. So because of that, I'd really love to see how Greg would incorporate this sort of a tag video into the way he does videos. So Greg, you're tagged. So there you go. My first good shaving soap, Sterling Sharp Dressed Man. Still one of my favorites. Highly recommend it if you guys haven't tried it yet. I'll see you guys in the next video.